So I've been thinking a lot about resolutions now that the new year is coming. Now that 2026 is almost here. And I was thinking if I should make one set of resolutions or not. But I'm very unsure, and it really got me thinking that where did resolutions come from? Why do we feel the pressure to make them? And I'm just so confused if I should move on with it. So, have you ever made any resolutions? Have you done it?
To be very honest, I have not. But I mean, I don't know. The idea of making a resolution, it has like never appealed to me as such, and there has been nothing which I really want to change utna zyada. But this year, I was thinking I do want to make some resolutions, and I have a little list of what I want to do. Hi everyone, this is Shrini.
This is Shreya.
Welcome to Yappuccino.
Yappuccino is a place where we sit, have coffee, and talk about anything and everything that's on our minds and gossip a little bit.
Let's start our Yap sesh. I hope you enjoy the video.
Bye.
So one of the first things that I noticed I'm doing wrong is I'm eating too much sugar. So I want to reduce my sugar this year, but I don't want to do give a sugar khana like I quit it. I want to reduce it, but I want to stop for at least 30 days is what I have set as a goal. I also came to a realization that I don't need a lot of everything, like especially makeup, so I want to reduce my end of overconsumption. I also want to go more swimming in the summer, and one more thing which I really should do is I should stop biting my nails. So those are my 4 things I want to do, but before this I don't think I've ever set a resolution. Have you?
Yeah, I have set resolutions almost every year in like the recent past. Like if I'm thinking in my adulthood, like since college or maybe even like before that, I have always had certain goals, and most of them have been around fitness. And one resolution that I've tried to do every year, and I spend money on it, is journaling.
Oh.
When I buy a very fancy notebook, and I tried every sort of logic with it. I purchased like a super expensive notebook, so I thought that will force me to do it. Doesn't work. I bought like a mini A5 size notebook that I can just carry and put it in my bag. Didn't work. So I really do want to get into journaling, writing my thoughts every day, but that is something I've consistently not been able to do. It always feels like New Year is the best time to do that. Like obviously end of the year, New Year is coming. But I think I've tried a lot of New Year resolutions. But to be honest, for example, some things I did carry on for like a month and a half, or maybe some things I just didn't do. I didn't start only, or maybe some things I did for a week. But I think most of my resolutions have not fulfilled. So that's why I'm so skeptic of even the word resolution. That why do we need to do that? And I just really wanted to dive deep into what when we set a resolution, what is the purpose behind it? What does making a resolution even signify? So is it just about getting better at something, or is it just us trying to sort of fulfill, or be more mature or something like that?
So you said one resolution which you've always had is fitness. So I want to ask you that, let's say you're setting a resolution, a New Year's resolution, and then maybe you're setting a resolution some other time of the year. Like I remember whenever we have gone to gym, it's usually around after Diwali, and then we have like fizzled off by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So do you think there is like an impact on making a New Year's resolution at the start of the year versus like any other time of the year, like on your birthday or any other?
I take so many times a year as like this is gonna be my wake up call, like
Restarting.
yeah, I have like even when July came mid-year, I was like, oh shit, I wasted half a year. Even in November I was like, November is almost here. December is going to be the month. Or when it's my birthday, I'm like, oh my god, I'm this X years old, this is the time. So these are very like, I am very like, so whenever there's some big milestone, or even if it's not a milestone, I'll make plans, to do list. This is this. And in fact, on my Notion, I checked, and I still have some tasks which I didn't do from last December.
Oh.
And like and they're such. First of all, they're like very tedious tasks, which is like They're not even high priority tasks. They're like, organizing, uploading all your documents, clearing up this, updating this ID card, and some random thing. But it's important, right? In the end, it's very important. But I still haven't gotten around to those. So I mean, it's very difficult, and I am a very intense planner. But I think I over plan sometimes, and I think that over planning resolution is a symptom of my over planning.
But then again, have you ever made a resolution which you've actually followed through, whether it's in the middle of the year, whether it's in the start of a new year, any resolution which you've actually completed? Because as what I was reading when I was researching a bit, that most resolutions die after like 3-4 months, or even gyms, like people start going to the gym and by March they're out of the gym.
Yeah.
So have you ever completed a resolution as
I
such?
don't. So most of my resolutions are not very, like, they need to be done for a lifetime. Like, it's not like I have a resolution
Like
that,
a lifestyle change.
yeah, most of my resolutions are like, do this, do this, do this. I mean, how do you measure success? I mean, if I mention the diary or journaling thing, there was a period of time when I did it non-stop for 2 months, and I still do. For example, when something major happens, I do go to my iPhone journal app and I record or whatever, or if something, but I'm not doing it every day. So I've not been very consistent with it, but it's not like I've not done it, but I would not say I've been like successful in any of my resolution that I've followed. That's why I'm just thinking that instead of making like a resolution, it's much better to just do things, because over planning, resolution is planning, right? It's just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fancy word for making a plan or making a list. I think over planning is something that I'm
So
not good
are
at.
you saying that resolutions are delusional or are they hopeful? Like, do they give you some motivation and
no,
hope?
I think they do give
Or-
motivation. It's just life gets in the way and you get busy. It's not like I intentionally dropped off on any of the resolutions, right?
Okay.
It's not like I decided ki, oh, I'm stopping this
I don't like
resolution.
this, I will stop.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not like
It
I
just
decided
fades away.
that ki, I'm not doing this resolution. It just didn't happen, unfortunately. But I think it's definitely motivation. I mean, an end goal is important, and that end goal is always in anyone's mind subconsciously when they do want to achieve something. But I don't know. I mean, this word resolution is getting very triggering, I feel,
Yeah.
because it's so much weight and expectation that word has.
Is it also like just a trend? Because like I think if you really want to change something, like if I actually really wanted to stop biting my nails, I've been trying that for a year and I think I have reduced significantly a lot. It's not gone. I do it sometimes, but because I have set my mind to it, I'm very conscious about it now. But now I'm just giving it a term of resolution because like everyone does it. It's a trend, I have to do it. Like if someone asks me what's your resolution, what will I say? Oh, I don't have any because that is what I've done for like 24 years till now. So is it also just a trend? Is something that
I mean, I don't know if it's a trend, because resolutions have been around since like almost
Ever.
50s.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think 90s tak to it was there.
Okay.
I think it's a very old concept. And now we are getting Gen Z terms to it, like manifestation, lock-in,
Vision board.
vision board. So I mean, it's all just, but resolutions as a concept have been around for a while. It's just another sort of way to change yourself, to better yourself. So, I mean, I think not a trend thing. People will always want to make resolutions. Maybe people might have a different way of doing it, right? Like vision boards were a huge thing in 2016, 2020. So they were just a way to put out your resolution. Some people put it on paper. Some people do intense journaling.
Yeah.
Some people may just not do it. They just made one. Like on a random piece of paper, they wrote 5 things. They just stuck it on their wall. But maybe those are the people who actually followed through. Person who's exhausting themselves doing so much, putting so much effort into the execution of tracking the resolution is not being able to do it. So it can be anything.
This reminds me, I have a friend who actually writes down her resolutions. Well, not the resolution, but just the thing she wants to improve on. And she has like a little board in her room, and she looks at it every day, so it's like a reminder. So is writing it down also helpful? I mean, I think it can be.
I think writing things down is great, and I think it's
Especially
a
if you
lost
see
art.
it every day. Like if I see every day that, let's say I need to manage my expenses, if I see it every day, I'll probably be a little more conscious
So it's the
of
same
it.
logic, right? When we were kids, our parents would get us those charts. It's my
Timetable.
timetable, and
Yeah.
then tables of like mathematics table.
Yeah.
Just see something every day. And I've also been considering getting a whiteboard for my room, like a whiteboard sticker. So I mean, there are a lot of ways to do that. I mean, if you remember, in my last home, I had a not a vision board, sort of like a notice board sort of thing. Where I would just stick things that I liked, and I actually miss that a lot. But in my current room, I'm trying to figure out where I'd put it. But I actually loved that because it was such a nice thing. You could just stick anything, put a thumbnail into whatever you want to save. So I think looking at things and journaling can be really nice. But it's not the only way to execute something. I think what I don't like about this whole resolution and trend culture of resolution, like you mentioned, if it's a trend, is that people are trying to make it into a trend. So for some people it might be easier to do a journaling or a vision board thing, but it should not be the expectation. Because if someone doesn't have a time, effort, money, because making like a vision board can cost you also, right? You need to buy
A
print,
board,
time,
print,
so I mean, I don't know.
I remember I saw these influencers making these reels last year. Look at my vision board. I want to go more traveling. I want to do this and all. But realistically, I would never make a vision board. I feel
I
would
made a
make
digital
One. Yeah, I was about
made
to
it,
say I might make a digital one.
I did.
But like a proper vision board, I do like craft, but I won't do it for like just
one
a
thing
trend
I'm actually
of it.
thinking of doing is a digital resolution. Digital like to-do list, resolution, vision board, whatever you want to call it, and I make it my desktop wallpaper.
I tried that.
Okay.
I tried like I don't like keeping a wallpaper, so I usually keep a black
Yeah,
screen.
me too, like a plain solid color.
And I made on Canva, I put like little sticky notes. Where I wrote my targets. Like that time I was studying, so I had academic targets like learn this software, and after a point I was just a little tired of seeing it, and I was like, I don't have the time to actually learn this software. It's just a goal, and I didn't actually end up learning because of that list. I ended up learning because of the need of software. Like let's say I have written a 3D modeling software and I've written a post-production software like Photoshop. I ended up learning Photoshop because that is something that genuinely excited me, interested me, and I needed it in my academics. But I didn't end up learning the 3D software because I knew other 3D software which was like an alternative for it. So the lists, they might work if you see them every day, but they have to be very realistic, because if you write anything and everything, there's no point to it. Like if I write,
And your objectives and need, but like if you think that you need something in Jan and you that time it's a real need. In Feb
it might
will-
change.
Yeah, it might change. So you don't need to like This actually brings me like to a question, which is how unrealistic or not unrealistic, or how dreamy or how extravagant should your vision board be? Because I have seen vision boards which is like like for people, maybe like do a world tour, or maybe like
be a millionaire.
get a Nobel Prize, I don't know, like become a millionaire or a billionaire by the end of year. I mean, there are obviously people who are achieving that, great for them, but
But also
how,
because they're in that stage of life where they can achieve them.
Yeah.
I can't set my resolution to be a millionaire, because no matter what I do, I will not become a millionaire next year. Right? Maybe they are running a business, their company is
but
doing
do you
well.
think if you set like unrealistic, forget millionaire, maybe you set like a resolution that you hit this level of maybe
Success.
you do earn X amount via freelance work, or maybe like just not unrealistic but also maybe a lot more than you would be able to achieve, or maybe a lot more than what you're doing right now. So do you think maybe some level of unrealisticness can motivate you a little bit more, or it's just delusional?
So if let's say we talk about the freelance part, like I have a job and I have, like if I want to do freelance on the side, I don't think me setting a goal that I want to earn, let's say 50k from freelance this month or next month, I don't think that would be realistic, because I'm also not at the stage of freelance right now. Like I don't have enough contacts to get to that stage right now, and you need a big base for freelance. So maybe next year, if I set that my target for this year is to be building a very strong freelance client base, that is a realistic
Correct.
resolution, that's a precursor, a step to that next resolution, which can be a resolution for 2027 maybe. Like
Right.
earn this amount, X amount. But the first step would be to build a client base, for example. So I don't think setting those steps आगे का process would be very realistic.
Right.
It has to be in a very, what's the word? It has to be very step by step process.
Right,
It
right.
can't be ki I want the final, I want to achieve the final end
Correct.
game of this.
Right. And even if you do have, for example, the final end goal in mind, right?
Mhm.
You need to know what to do. So, for example, my resolution is that I want to set up a business by end of this year.
Okay.
But it's not just there are a million things that go before that. So you need to know what to do, and you need to make that part of the resolution also. It's not like people are very unrealistic. I've seen when it comes to getting an idea is the most easiest thing, right? Like unless you're talking about some very specific hyper creative things, ideas and motivations are easy to come to humans, right? That is what we are made for. We are made to think, dream, explore, whatever. But 90% of the work is just executing it, which is I think where we fall short. Yeah.
So what are your resolutions? Like you said, you want to let's say start a business, but what are your other resolutions? Do you have any extravagant resolution, or are they very realistic, which you can achieve?
I think mine
slowly.
are realistic, like 80% realistic, but at 20% I have kept for.
Like for daydreaming
Yeah, I mean,
purposes?
I'm a big daydreamer, so I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think some broad categories. I'm not like I said, I was not even sure if I'm making resolutions,
okay.
but some things that I do want to work on is health, because everything is so bad. You need to focus on your health, and I think especially this year I've really sort of let go, and I can feel that unhealthiness, whether it's in my
Yeah.
day-to-day headaches or back pain, or just overall fitness. I think I've definitely felt the difference between 1 year like last year me versus this year me, and I can feel that physically, which I don't like. I mean, I definitely want to work on that. Second thing is, and by fitness I don't mean I'm going to start a gym, but maybe just taking more care, but I'll see how I want to execute
Like
that.
eating no sugar.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very difficult resolution.
I think it's actually relatively easier because I eat like a decent amount of junk. So my
Yeah.
resolution is not to stop eating junk. I
Yeah.
will still eat junk, but I'm cutting one part of that junk right now.
Right.
And I don't mean no sugar as in no sugar at all. I will eat sugar in fruits. I will eat sugar in let's say if there's some sugar in a burger. I will eat that. That's fine. But I
You
will
mean no desserts? Your
Literally-
resolution is no desserts. It's not no sugar.
it's no sugar.
It's no dessert.
Okay, fine. No desserts, no chocolates, or at least for a month, and then maybe I'll try finding healthier alternatives.
Got it.
Yeah.
So get your body used to the new.
Yeah. And I have seen a lot of videos of how no sugar has good impacts. I really want to try that.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think in that sense, it's sort of realistic for me.
Yeah. I think, and you are anyways, you can do it. I think you are not as
Chatora.
chatora. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I'm getting good food at home, I don't have the craving to eat outside.
Yeah.
So that is, I could just make something at home.
Okay, so fitness is one. Second, I think maybe definitely some very career focused specific of my sort of Instagram page and my sort of my fashion portfolio and work. I have some things that I do want to do in that. I think
Yeah.
apart from that, I'm not sure what other resolutions I would have. I think,
More traveling, maybe.
I mean, I think my resolution for this year is that I don't want to take any trip in 2026.
Oh, please.
No, really, because I think I took
You
three
literally were saying my next trip is going to be Japan.
or Iceland, but I think I do need to save more money.
To go on a better trip.
No, I just need to save more money in general. I think I definitely
okay.
overspend a lot, and I don't think I overspend, but I do indulge in a lot of fancy things that I don't really need to. I think I do treat myself way too often. Like every
Yes.
night I'm ordering some dessert.
Blinkit.
Or I'm Blinkit, like I'm ordering lipsticks from Blinkit. Like I do indulge a little bit more than usual. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna stop doing that, but I definitely need to cut that down. And I think traveling is part, and obviously I'm a big travel person. I have my travel plan set, and I know which country I'm going to do next. But I think maybe next year is not the year for that.
You
So I'm
know-
gonna try to avoid that next
I
year.
was talking to this one person in my office, and he was just telling me, let's say we were talking about resolutions only. So I told him, I'm thinking of like going more swimming in the summer and so be. I told him all that, and he said, I started doing gym and I just continued it for 2 months and I didn't go, even though I bought the whole subscription.
Oh, right.
Right,
Got it.
subscription,
Yeah,
right?
We don't even know what a gym payment
Membership,
is called. So
membership.
yeah.
He got a full membership of a year and he was like, Tabbi, I didn't do it. But then he was like, the one resolution I actually fulfilled was traveling. But then it made me wonder that traveling is like
Not
a
a-
self-indulgent
Traveling
resolution.
is not a resolution, I feel.
But then it also brings me to
humans
the
are
question.
meant to travel. You should travel regardless of your
No,
resolution.
but like brings me to the question if a resolution should be of like self-help, like, or should it be indulgent, like, or can it be both?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because traveling, okay, fine, if I set a goal to travel, maybe even I'll do it because it's fun. But
Yeah.
quitting sugar is not fun, right? So
right.
does it like have to be indulgent or does it have to be
So
self-help?
I think if your resolution is that I'm gonna buy one fancy lipstick or one fancy bag a year, that is not a resolution.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, so traveling is depends on a lot on how a person is traveling, what their purpose is of traveling, where they're going. If they are going to like a fancy 5-star resort and just chilling in the hotel, then I don't know if it's like a resolution worthy travel. I don't know. It's very subjective. And depends a lot on the person's income level, background, so many things.
Yeah,
right? But if
yeah.
a person is going to maybe like some random town and exploring and everything, then I think it can fall under that because you are making yourself grow or whatever.
You're learning
by-
about culture,
Yeah,
places.
but you know
and
that's
all of
also
that.
my very personal perspective because I enjoy traveling. That is a bit more exploring focused.
Yeah.
And if I'm going on like a staycation, then like I don't even consider that traveling. That's just
That's
a
just
vacation, or whatever, you know. So I mean that's very subjective to the person's opinion. But I think traveling is a common resolution. But I think people want to travel more.
Yeah.
And they like to associate two things together, right? I mean traveling is good for your mind, brain, body. I mean, during when you're on vacation, you are in like heaven. I feel you don't need to think about what meals you're getting. You don't need to worry about if you're going to be alive for the next day. You don't need to worry about
You're so
anything.
careless on a vacation.
I am actually not, but
Not you, I mean everyone who goes
like
on a
there
vacation.
is that sense of I can do whatever, which
Yeah.
is great, and I think humans need that definitely because we are so restricted and so much routine and boring and mundane tasks that we are stuck in. So I
But then
definitely
your
feel
resolution can also just be to go and break the routine. It doesn't have to be a vacation. It can be like break
Yeah,
the routine
it
by
can
going
just
on a
be
picnic,
that, yeah,
by going
exactly.
cycling.
It can just be like going to the park every week. It can just be anything. It can just
Yeah.
going and traveling in your city or traveling next to your city or just going on a hike, right? But maybe some people are not living in a place. Some people are maybe living in a small town where they can't do that, especially
Yeah.
girls. So the only chance they might get to go and be free is going on a vacation, wearing whatever they want, eating whatever they want. So
I was also talking to that same person, and he also went on a trip to Thailand, and he told me he covered Thailand in like 1/3 of what we spent.
Also,
And
for
I was
context, we went to Thailand for 3 days.
Yeah.
We did Phuket, we did Bangkok. That's it, right?
Yeah.
We just did 2 cities, 6-7 days in Phuket, 3-4 days in Bangkok.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I don't know how many days he did. Maybe he did less. But also there's like he was a guy. He could have stayed in the cheapest hostel, and we had to book fancy hotels
Just
because
for the
there was
safety,
safety of
yeah.
it. So there are multiple factors that go into a vacation and the exploring part of it. Sure, as you said, economic background and everything. But yeah, but I personally I feel like I believe ki resolutions do have to be a little self-help.
Yeah, no, I get that because so the conventional association with the resolution is that it's something that you're doing to work yourself on.
Yeah, to
So
improve upon yourself.
Yeah, but I think working on yourself can mean different for every person. So I mean, I think it's up to the person. I mean, a resolution can be as simple as maybe if a person who does not spend any money on themselves, right? Maybe they are just not a big shopper. Their resolution should be to maybe spend a little more on
Yeah.
themselves. So it's very, very subjective. So I mean, can't really say, but you know, to each their own. But I think my resolution would be to shop less for sure.
I think I shop like a good, like normal
Yeah, you are a
amount.
balanced shopper.
Yeah. So I was thinking that sometimes the resolutions that we set are mostly to enhance productivity a lot of times. Like, you know, managing your time better, managing your expenses better or something. In it's like if it's apart from fitness, you know. So do you think they actually help you in being productive, or do they give you an illusion of productivity? Like,
So I mean, it's that thing, right? It takes, there's this famous saying, or you know, I don't know if it's true or not, but it takes like 21 days to form a habit. So I mean, if you, the purpose of your resolution is to get you started. If you continue it, if you have like a thing that, you know, I need to work 5 hours a day. If you're following through on it, you will be productive by the end of the day. So I think if you do follow through on your resolution and subject to what your resolution is, I think it can be productive. And it can make you a productive person if you follow it. But if not, then you know, I think it's a good way to sort of test the waters and see
I
how you're
remember
able to do it.
when I used to study, I would just be like, I have to study for 4 hours.
Hmm.
And my intention was to actually study, but what I would actually end up doing is sitting on the table for 4 hours,
4 hours, yeah.
studying 1 hour, doing nothing for 3 hours, and then I'm like, oh my god, I studied for 4 hours,
Yeah,
guys.
that happens at work
So
also.
that is like, that's an illusion of productivity, right? Like if you set a goal that you want to work 5 hours a day, but if you're not actually doing it and you're just like, you're just convincing yourself in your head that you've done it, it's also an illusion.
True. But you know, this is a very specific example, I would say.
Yeah.
And one more thing, that when we are students, or when we are in college or you know school, the whole purpose of our life is to study.
Huh.
Right now, studying, even if you are pursuing a course, right, it's one part of your life. I think we've turned into more multidimensional people right after we exit college or school. So I mean, when you're not working, you have a million things, so it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying as a student, if your goal is to study, it's easier to do it rather than when you are a professional. Then if your resolution is to study or to work or whatever, because you have so much else going on. And if it's difficult for a student, imagine how difficult it is for a person who's just dealing with like a lot, like you know, a lot of personal, professional, like so much stuff is happening all over. But I think, yeah, I mean, but I think, you know, I think it's a, I don't know what is that called, like training, right? I mean, yeah, for initially you might feel that you're just wasting time sitting at the table, even if your resolution is, for example, going to the gym. Initially you might feel that you're not working out as much as everyone, or you know, you are not doing enough, or you know, you need to lift more, you need to run more, you're not as strong or whatever. But I think a resolution will get you started, and if you are at it for like 3, 4, 5, 6 months or a year, you will get better at that. So I think the resolution, intention of a resolution is not to make you an expert at anything on 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It is to get you to have it. It is a habit formation technique, I think, and if you follow through on it, I think if it can be anything, work, study, fitness,
Yeah.
anything at all, and I think, you know, you will sort of get a hang of it.
I mean, if you're taking back that example of 5 hours working, if you are sitting at a table 5 hours a day, even if you're not working, eventually you will start
Exactly.
working a little
and you're
bit,
not doing
like-
anything else. You know, you're not watching reels or a movie,
Yeah.
so you are giving, and you know, you'll get into it.
Yeah.
It's a habit formation
This
thing.
reminds me, I think I would also want to reduce my screen time a little.
Yeah,
which is-
definitely.
Like, my screen time is 8 hours, even though I go office for 8 hours. Like, that's concerning. I get a lot of it is just listening to a podcast, but like, do I need to be listening to something constantly in office? No. I think I need to like let my brain be idle, right? So I think I would try to reduce the music I listen in office, the podcast I listen to office, and I'll see maybe if there's a difference in the productivity levels in that
Right.
sense. That is one
Right.
thing I would want to do. And also reduce quick commerce, I think. I don't know why, I just feel
Yeah.
bad
I
ordering.
feel so bad.
At 10.
I complain every time I order. Right? Every time I'm
Yeah.
ordering, and I'm not even kidding. I think I almost every day, like 20 to 25 days in a month, I order, and every time it's 1,000 rupees. I'm spending 20-30K on
Yeah.
quick commerce. That is insane.
No, you mean that way. I was thinking more from the delivery person end. Like,
No.
I feel bad that they have to come at
That's
10
their
10 like 10
job.
p.m.
I mean, they
in
are
the
on
night.
night shift. That's a whole different thing. Exploitation of gig workers is a whole different
Yeah.
thing. But I am more like at this point I am broke because of quick commerce. I spent and I don't even know what I'm spending on.
Just
like,
delete the app. I
how-
did that and it helped.
1,000 rupees every day. I'm spending like 25-30K. That's insane.
Yeah.
I have no words for that. That's truly like pathetic, but I can't help it. But anyway, I think
Yeah.
resolutions. Oh my god, it's a big heavy word, and I think uh, I think it's time to decide if we're forming or not.
Yeah,
so,
I was about
you
to ask.
were not sure if like you actually wanted to. After a discussion, do you feel you're going to go through with that? Or
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think I will because firstly I've never really set a resolution, so it'll be a new thing for me.
Right, right.
And based on my research and what we discussed,
Hmm.
I'm not setting unrealistic goals. I feel.
Right, right, right.
So I think they're very realistic.
Hmm.
Okay, matlab not biting nails is something I've been doing for a year now, so it'll be easier. No overconsumption.
But don't you think then if you feel that like your goals are already achieved, so you're just doing like a resolution for the sake of it, just so you have a sense of achievement because you're already successful,
Yeah, but then
and you'll
what's-
be like, oh, I achieved my resolution.
But also, what's wrong in that?
It's not
It's like a
wrong.
validation from yourself.
Yeah, true.
So it can be
Maybe you should add one like difficult resolution to balance it out.
eating no sugar is very difficult. I am kind of undermining it. Ki, oh, easy, it's
Yeah,
junk.
yeah. I think
but
I'll go
it's,
into, like,
it's very
rage.
difficult.
Yeah.
Like I was literally seeing a reel in this where this girl is like, I didn't eat anything sweet today, and this other girl is like, oh, is that a big deal? It's like, of course it's a big
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Going even one day without sugar is very difficult.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult one. I think I have it balanced out.
Yeah. No, no. True.
But as someone who's always set resolutions, what is your end
So
thought?
I think I don't know if it's gonna be a resolution, but definitely I have some goals for the next year, and I think I'm going to focus more on making a detailed plan on how to execute that, and maybe set more timelines. I think resolution is a little broad for me in terms of I have very specific things I want to do. So I think I need to set timelines, and I think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, sounds good, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, my god, a lot of resolution talk. It's gotten me hungry. I think we should get something to eat.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, maybe some sugar, so you are a bit more satisfied now.
I only have 10-20 days to eat sugar anyway.
Yeah, you have like literally no time, and you need to eat all the sugar you can in 2025 to prepare and to satisfy your cravings. So, I mean, yeah, let's go get something to eat.